I'd like to call the Crystal Council meeting to order. I'd like to start with roll call.
Mayor Adams.
Here.
Councilmember Banks.
Here.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Here.
Councilmember Deschler.
Here.
Councilmember Kaiser. Here. Councilmember LaRoche.
Here.
And Councilmember Parsons. We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Here? What's that?
Sorry. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be
Yeah.
here. Such a beautiful day.
And when you called me and asked me what color I was going to wear, I didn't realize you were going to match it.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
geez. Let's rise for Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. That was kind of mean, I'm sorry.
That wasn't mean.
All right, we have an agenda in front of us. Looking for a motion on the agenda.
I'll
Nancy?
make a motion to approve.
All right, Brendan?
I'll second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Or nay. Where'd that come from? All right, motion carries. So we have a couple proclamations today. The first one is in reference to Arbor Day celebration. And at this time, I'd like to read that into the record. It's the proclamation for Crystal 2019 Arbor Day celebration, which will be May 1st, 2019. Whereas Crystal is a tree city and has been a tree city since 1998. And whereas the Crystal Parks and Recreation Commission serves as Crystal's tree board. And whereas Crystal's Tree Board and Parks and Rec Commission holds an annual community event to recognize the importance of trees in our community, to provide information to residents about the importance of trees for shade, wildlife habitat, and erosion control. And whereas this year's Crystal Arbor Day celebration will be Wednesday, May 1st at 6 p.m. at Becker Park, which is 5598 46th Avenue North. And whereas the City of Crystal wishes to promote Parks and Recreation Commission, the Crystal Tree Board, and the Arbor Day celebration. Now, therefore, I, Jim Adams, Mayor of the City of Crystal, do hereby proclaim May 1st, 2019 as Arbor Day in the City of Crystal, dated the 16th day of April, 2019. So that is the first proclamation. That's not a vote, that's a proclamation. The second one is in relation to our Public Works Department. I tell you what, this is a department that's amazing, and we need to help fund them. Anyway, I'll read that into the... I'm looking at my road in front of my house and going, oh boy. At any rate, City of Crystal Proclamation Public Works Week is May 19th through May 25th, 2019, whereas public infrastructure in the City of Crystal is an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas the health and safety and comfort of the City of Crystal residents, visitors, and businesses greatly dependent upon public infrastructure and services. And whereas encouraging, understanding, and informed citizenry is vital to support the public infrastructure, including transportation, parks, building, forestry, drinking water, sanitary sewer, and surface water. And whereas support from the community is essential for the Public Works Department to obtain the resources and support that is essential to the carrying out of the mission. And whereas Crystal Public Works Department is committed to the mission of design, construction, operation, and maintenance of the city's public infrastructure. Now, therefore, I, Jim Adams, Mayor of the City of Crystal, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through May 25th, 2019, as Public Works Week, and recognize the everyday commitment made by the Public Works Department to the city's health, safety, comfort, and overall quality of life. It says Crystal City Council, dated the 16th date of April 2019. And that, too, is a proclamation, correct? All right. I have to ask that question because I don't want to miss a vote. Sometimes you blow right by and miss the vote. So. All right. Consent agenda is the next item. I will read that into the record. Approval for the minutes for the following meetings. City Council meeting on April 2nd, 2019. Work session on that same date, work session on April 9th, and work session on April 11th. So that was a fairly busy month. It's usually not that long.
Only half over.
That was for last month. Second item is approval of list of license applications submitted by the city clerk to the city council. That list is on file in the office of the city clerk. Approval of a resolution accepting the following donations: $30 from Buffalo Wild Wings for Becker Park project, $200 from TGK Automotive for Becker Park project, $5,000 from the Crystal VFW for ASL assistance for recreation programs, and then $5,000 from the West Becker Fire Rescue District Relief Association for the Crystal Canine. That comes at a great time. Approval, well, first of all, thank you for all those organizations that give. That really kind of helps the tax load as well. So it's awesome. Then approval of appointments for Jesse McCaffrey to the Parks and Recs Commission and David Cummings to the Environmental Quality Commission. That is our list of the consent agenda. Looking for a motion on that. Julie.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
All right, looking for a second. John.
I second that motion.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Open forum. Is there anybody here wishing to speak during open forum? I have 2 new officers here. No? Nothing? All right, we will blow right by open forum. Regular agenda. I usually don't do this much talking before we get into it. Come on, this is ridiculous. First item on our regular agenda is the disbursements of $25,000 or greater. And it is a short list, so we'll be right through this real quick. Waste management for February recycling costs for Hennepin County Recycling Group, $50,421. Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for March water costs, $121,246. And then Minnesota Para for employee city required contributions for pay date 4/5/2019 of $56,555. Total disbursements, $228,223.97. Looking for a motion for these. Julie?
I'll move approval of the expenses over $25,000.
All right, go ahead, John.
I second that motion.
Okay. Forgot to ask for discussion. Is there any discussion on any of these items? None? All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. So John Elholm is here to talk a little bit. He's our recreational director. Welcome, John.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council members. As you may have noticed, Becker Park is under construction right now.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of equipment moving around, and that's a good thing. So just a little recap of where we've been. About a year ago in January, we had approved a contract to start design of Becker Park. Last fall, there was another contract to remove the Arts Center. And then on February 2nd of this year, we approved the contract to begin construction on the project. We're now into the phase where we're starting to purchase some things. We're buying some things outside the contract to save some money. And so the plans for the sun sail and the amphitheater shelter have been, throughout the planning process, has been shown and has been reviewed by the Park and Recreation Commission. So where we're at, the construction plans were about $197,000. The old building removal was approved and construction. Today we're here to talk about the sail shade and the amphitheater shelter for $98,000. And then at the next council meeting, we'll be here talking about the playground and purchasing that. And then following that will be picnic tables, benches, and other site amenities. So the revenue for the project, it's about a $3 million project. And we do have these various funding sources, a lot of outside funding through grants, donation from Paul's Pals, other donations, and that's a total of $3 million there. So the sail shade, which is a fairly difficult thing for me to say quickly, is there in the center of the blue, and that will provide shade between the two sides of the playground. It will be comprised of 5 sails at 2 different levels. There'll be 3 and then 2 a little bit higher level so that it does provide uniform shade over the area. And the stage shelter is near the performance area, or is over the stage. And then that is looks more like a picnic shelter type structure. It's got a metal roof and posts and things. So the request here today is to approve a resolution entering into agreements with St. Croix Recreation for the purchase of a sail shade in the amount of $43,850 and a stage or amphitheater shelter in the amount of $54,939. I believe there is a resolution to that effect in your packet.
All right. How big is that stage? Do you recall?
25 foot by 40 foot.
There it is. Right there.
Great. And power, there's power, if I remember right, at the Park and Rec Commission, there were power.
Yes, there's power,
supplied right
and
in those columns?
yeah, this particular shelter does have lights,
And lighting,
built in
yeah.
up above, and there's power. And then just off the concrete is a pedestal with power for bands and things. So I think it's a 100 amp service out on the stage so that we can plug in, for a variety of things out there.
Singing my song. Nancy, another follow-up?
Nope, I was
you're
ready
good?
to make a resolution, but
What,
All right.
what is the sail shade made out of?
It's that's a very good question.
something flexible.
Something
Is
like
it,
a
is it
sail?
up all year long, or does it come down in the winter months, or?
You get much longer life if you take them down. Some places do not take them down. We put one in at the pool last year, and that was just a single shade, and we did take that one down over the winter. It just lasts longer that way. So it's kind of a rubberized kind of sail.
So,
Hold on. Follow-up question?
does it provide like shelter if it's raining or something too, as well?
It's more for sun than rain. Most of the rain will run off, but some of it could come through. It's a woven kind of a fabric.
It's like, okay, I just couldn't quite
Brendan?
picture what a sail shade.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Will we be taking it down at Becker Park?
That is the plan, is to take it down.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
All
I
right.
didn't think there'd be that much discussion over it, but I have a question. Do we have any idea how labor-intense it is to take it down?
There's some new kind of a clip that is on it that makes it much easier than the older versions of them.
So, could we do it on the fly if need be, for whatever reason? My question is, can we get it down like within 15, 20 minutes, or is it a lot more?
Oh, it would take longer than that.
A lot longer,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah, they're stretched tight, so you need to be able to pull them tight to undo the clips and things like that.
Okay, Julie?
Just ballpark, by taking it down, what do you think the life expectancy of that shade would be? Like 10 years, 4 years?
I think they're at least 10 if you take them down.
Okay. And color retention, it'll retain.
It will take color, and it won't. If you take it down, it just lasts longer. We try to take as much stuff down in the winter as we can, just for that reason.
Well, a lot of times when the sun beats down on something, it loses its color, and so it looks
Right.
kind of old and dingy after a while, so. I didn't know I figured they probably factored sunshine into their components when they make it, so it looks nice for several years.
Right.
Okay.
It's intended to be up and outside in
Yeah.
the sun.
Okay.
All right. Nancy?
No other questions. I would like to make a motion to adopt the resolution in support of purchasing shade structures for Becker Park. So you don't have to say sail shade.
Thank you, Nancy. Looking for a second?
I will
John?
second.
John?
I second that motion.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Excited.
All right, next, third item on the agenda is our city engineer, public works director, Mark Ray. He's going to talk to us about concrete repair. Welcome, Mark.
Among many things, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So the first item before you, we're trying to set a record here for council time quick, is a miscellaneous concrete repair project. We do this every year. It's just spot replacements of alley panels, sidewalk panels, curb sections. We did allocate $55,000 to this work. We opened quotes on April 10th. One of them came in at just barely over the budget. Another one was almost twice as much. Create is actually the company that did this work last year, and Pember you'll remember from the streetscape project. So they're both known contractors in the area. We did do a follow-up as we usually do, and contractors are already pretty full of work, which is why we only got the two, and you see the pricing that you see. With that, are there any questions?
I see no question. Oh, go ahead, Brendan. No questions. Brendan, go ahead.
Make a motion to approve the resolution for the contract of 2019 concrete repair project.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second. Julie?
I'll second.
All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, Mark is here again. We're going to talk about sign trucking.
All right, so this is the second part. So earlier this spring, you authorized the purchase of the cab and the chassis part. We've now got the price for kind of basically the back part of the truck and some attachments that go on there. Again, this will be purchased off the state contract from ABM Equipment for just over $47,000. It includes things such as warning lights, backup camera, a small crane to hold our post pounder for driving in stakes for signs, an air compressor, and some other random tools needed for sign and vehicle maintenance needs. The total cost of the vehicle will be $87,889. And again, this is a 2-for-1 replacement, so we're going to be taking a sign truck and a vehicle maintenance truck and combining it into this one vehicle moving forward. Any questions?
Very good. Questions? No questions, Mark. Brendan?
All right. I actually saw this truck out today in front of my house. A motion to approve the resolution for the purchase of the replacement of the sign equipment truck.
Awesome. Thanks, Brendan. Nancy?
I'll second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Why don't you roll right on?
All right, final one here. So this is somewhat ahead of schedule. In the 2020 budget, we had slated to replace the sidewalk machine. With our new vehicle condition index, this was kind of the real first test case of that. And so based on how it scored, we thought we could make it till next year. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans for us, and this vehicle really met its demise in February of this year. We did solicit 2 quotes, one from a multi-hog, which sounds super fancy, but basically it's a similar looking piece of equipment. And then the other one is an MT Trackless 7, which is basically just the newer model of the same piece of equipment, which was just slightly higher. This will be a 1-for-1 replacement, and the new piece of equipment will have all the same features. It'll handle the brush, the V-plow that you see on there, and then a large blower. We are going with the multi-hog as the recommended one for a number of reasons. It's actually quieter, and the back engine part is not as tall, and so our drivers have better visibility around them, which is really a safety concern. Something we're actually really looking forward to. And then there's somewhat of a smoother ride for our operators, which will hopefully keep the backs surviving a little bit longer. With that, are there any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
The one that gave up the Ghost in February?
Yep.
Is there any trade-in value?
Oh, we're going to try to sell it on auction. And again, we sold a non-drivable truck for $15,000 earlier this year. So I will not be surprised by anything.
All right, awesome. I love your enthusiasm. Go ahead, Julie.
You know, we just bought one of these sidewalk sweepers, because we have 2.
We have 2.
bought one just like a year or 2 ago.
I think it's actually 2 years ago. Yeah, so it's actually the back one in this picture. You can see it.
And it
So
already
that's-
broke this winter, so they
so
were both out of commission.
They were both out of, I'm pretty sure that was the one that ate a piece of metal.
Oh,
And so it wasn't the machine that broke, it was the blower
Okay,
that snagged. So what happens basically is if there's debris hiding in the snow, our snow blowers will pick it up and it'll get jammed
Right.
inside the blower, and then we have to somewhat tear it apart to get it out. So I'm pretty sure that we have a collection of all the stuff we ate this
Right.
winter, and I think that's what happened to the other one.
and then my other question is, so on the engine and things like that, what is the warranty on them? I mean, is there like a year? Or
I think it's a
36?
1 year, yeah,
1 year, okay.
warranty on that.
Is it the same style that, is the multi-hog the same one we have?
Nope, so it's a new one. So it's a newer vendor that we're trying out. It's
Okay.
the same style. It articulates in the middle, just has a smaller back, little bit quieter, but they actually have the same horsepower. We took one out and had them drive around the same pile, blowing snow to test them, and the guys were comfortable with it.
I like the name. I'd buy it just for the name.
Hardline?
Question?
Just for my curiosity, all the implements go right onto this without it having to be,
So we're actually replacing the V-plow and the blower. This price includes new of those as well. We try to keep the whole package together. So when we go to sell them, the V-plow and the blower will go with this unit, which will help us in the value, hopefully. So we'll get a new one with that.
okay, all right.
The broom we're actually keeping and we'll be reusing it
You'll be able to add that onto this new machine.
onto the new machine, correct?
Nice.
So if they want the plow, they have to take the whole.
Oh yeah, it's a package deal. All or nothing.
Awesome. All right, any other questions? Nancy?
No, I was glad to hear that you said that this particular model makes it easier to see, better visibility.
Especially
The
behind.
driver, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So
All right.
then I was going to make a motion to approve the purchase of a sidewalk or replacement sidewalk machine.
All right, thank you. Brendan?
I second that motion.
All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. So I know that was quick, but it did not break any records. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. But we'll go on to announcements. Crystal Business Association will be meeting Wednesday, April 17th at 8:30 a.m. in the community hall at City Hall, community room at City Hall. The next meeting of the Environmental Quality Commission is Thursday, April 18th at 7 p.m. in Conference Room A, and there will be that presentation of the National Pollutant Discharge event. And then next City Council meeting is Tuesday, May 7 at 7 p.m. here in Crystal at the Council Chambers. And local organizations are invited to come to say the Pledge of Allegiance at our meetings. Please contact staff if you're interested or one of the council members and we can direct you. Reminder to everyone, all of our meetings are open to the public, whether it be the council meeting or the work sessions. You're welcome to attend. You can also hear those or view those on our website, crystalmn.gov, www.crystalmn.gov. Do we have any other announcements that didn't quite make our list? Julie?
Well, just, save the date for June 16th because we're going to have another Father's Day Crystal Airport Open House and Fly-In. And new this year, we're going to have inflatables for the kids, which will be free for them to play in. And we're also having a big faction of craft vendors coming as well. So we've got Three Rivers Park District coming, and then, of course, all the static displays, airplane rides, helicopter rides, food concessions. So should be a good day. So more information to follow.
Can you help me out with the information on the egg hunt?
Yes, so there's an annual Easter Carnival at Serenity Village Community Church. It's this Saturday, April 20th, from 2 to 4 p.m. And it is free and open to all kids, even their parents.
Yeah. That has always been a huge event. So, awesome. Anything else? Seeing none, looking for a motion for adjournment? John?
So moved.
Julie?
Second.
All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. If you're opposed, you're welcome to stay. So otherwise, we'll see you next month. Thank you.